Hello everyone and welcome to the Natty Dread Reaction channel. As you know, is your host with the most, Mr. Natty Dread himself, Big Hunch in the building. Before I get into today's reaction, I'm sure everybody is excited about the Afcon that was just concluded yesterday. The entire Nigeria, they're very happy. The Senegal win, coupled with the fact that we have been, you know, we were we were we were treated badly, either via officiating or the Moroccan fans were treated badly. So it's a thing of joy to see a lot of Nigerians excited about this just concluded Afcon Senegal. I mean, let's talk about Sane. I mean, let's talk about Sadio Mane. My bad, Sadio Mane. As in that guy is a true leader. I've always had a lot of respect for him during his time at Liverpool before he moved to Saudi. He was always a very great player. I mean, whenever Liverpool were playing Man City, then I would always be scared because him and Firmino and Salah, bro, I think that was one of the best trio in attacking in the Premier League that year. So I was always very scared of him more than Salah actually, because Mane is strong, fast, he's clinical at finishing. His work ethic is top notch. So without much being said, we'll have to start this reaction by saying big congratulations to Senegal. That was a crazy, crazy, crazy game. If you're a football fan, you know what really happened yesterday. It was one of the best Afcon finals I've ever watched. And personally, I'm not really a fan of watching Afcon or watching the Super Eagles. Not because I dislike them, but like the Super Eagles are always coming short when it matters most. So because of that, I just stayed away from watching Afcon basically. But this particular one, Morocco actually they did a great job hosting it. And, you know, it was very they were very badly behaved from the fans to the referees to the poor judgment on officiating basically, because it was looking so convincing that CAF wanted Morocco to win. I mean, that was how it was looking. Because if you go by what happened between Morocco and Nigeria, you see for yourself that the officiating was very poor. And the 50-50 chances were always given to Morocco, even for slight touches and what have not. But about the game, you know, the win for Senegal is massive. This makes it their second Afcon in three trials, like three times coming to the tournament, and then they won twice. Um, it's a lot that happened. Like, so if we go back to the game of Morocco against Nigeria, disturbing clips were coming out on Twitter. Mostly, I don't know if those people are fans or they are, officiating staffs or whatever. But the people who were at the back of the opposition goal, like there were some, I don't know if they were ball boys or part of the Moroccan team. I don't think they are. I don't know if they are ball boys, but they were always, taunting Wabali, picking his towel every time he drops it, throwing stuff, trying to taunt him, trying to um distract him basically. So like I felt it was just like, okay, let's say the hype of the game. Yes, Nigeria, the giant of Africa, playing against Morocco. It was it had everybody hyped up. So I just felt okay, maybe they won't do it again. And then there are so many disturbing clips coming out about the same behavior by the Moroccans towards the Senegalese players. They were also taunting Mendy, trying to distract him. And shout out to the Senegalese player. I don't know if he's a player in the team that stood beside their goalkeeper and made sure he held the towel. For some strange reason, I don't know what Moroccans are doing with towels, bro. It's very crazy. If you ask me, I don't know. Like why are you guys taking every towel? Why are you trying to distract? Like it gives a bad rep to the country. The fans made them look bad. I mean, they hosted a fantastic tournament, but the fans made them look bad. Their fans are so ill mannered, and you know they just feel like, yes, because they are the host nation, they should have the cup. But there's something we call God of football. Regardless of how bad you're being treated, how bad the officiating is, things like this happen in football. That's why football is very unpredictable. And as you can see, penalty that was taken by Brahim Diaz, the Real Madrid player. I mean, what can I say? Now, Brahim, that was that was a terrible, terrible penalty kick from you. It's very disappointing. A player of his caliber, but no, notwithstanding, he's a very good player. I mean, you can tell he won the Golden Boot in the tournament. He's a very good player, and penalties most times because of the tension. The tension is always crazy when it's penalty, whether it's a final, whether it's a group game, whether it's a semi, whether it's a quarter final. When you have a penalty to take, the tension is up there. So it takes a brave person, and it takes a brave person actually to take a penalty, because if you win, if you score, you're a hero. If you don't, man, the internet is going to drag you crazy. You can go back to the case of Chukwueze. Chukwueze, bro. A lot of respect for you, what you do, what you did for AC Milan, what you're doing in Fulham with your bros, you will be Bassi. But that was a terrible. We just have to call it spade a spade. Because I'm not taking anything from him. I'm not saying he's not a good player. He's a fantastic player. He's good at what he does. But that was a terrible, terrible penalty. Just like the one Brian Diaz took. That was a very terrible penalty. But it happens in football. So moving on from that, we also had a lot of people talking about the Senegalese goal that was not given, but going on the other end, the penalty was given for Morocco. Now, I'm going to say something that I believe strongly is true, and I will tell you for free. If you don't see it as the truth as well, maybe you're a fanatic or whatever you may be. I don't know. But in the case of the Moroccan player that was fouled inside the Senegalese box, a lot of Nigerians now need to understand something. Just because Morocco, however they won us and then they knocked us out of the tournament. Yeah, it's okay to hate on the opposition team. Like, I'm a Premier League team supporter. I support Man City. When you have a case of what is going on now between City and Arsenal, no matter who Arsenal is playing, I'm praying for them to lose. So it's not far fetched. It's a normal football thing where you hate on whoever kicked you, especially whoever kicked you out of a tournament. You just have to hate on them. Like, it's okay to hate on them. Like, when I mean hate, like, want the opposition team they are playing to win. By hate, not like hate the players personally or whatever, but just you don't want them to win. So in the case of the Moroccan player that was fouled in the box, Is that a penalty? A lot of Nigerians are saying it's not a penalty. He was too soft. He couldn't. He was more or less like waiting for the contact to go down, and all that. But I think the referee was correct. Yeah, you can say whatever you want to say, but in that particular case, I think the referee was correct because that was clearly a penalty. I mean, if you go look at the if you go look at the replay, you see it clearly. If you say that's not a penalty, that means there's something wrong with your viewing, man. There's something off. Maybe you wanted them to lose so much that you don't even want them to blow what is right. As in, so but that was a clear penalty. That guy pulled him down and went on to knock the ball. So you could tell the ball was going to the guy, and that would have been a goal. That was a clear goal chance. And he fouled the guy. So that was a penalty. Now, do I think it's okay for the Senegalese goal that was scored to be called off? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. So I think it was more or less of a bad officiating thing. But in the case of that penalty, bro, that was a clear penalty. I don't care what anybody says, bro. I'm Nigerian. I don't care what any Nigerian is saying. I don't care what any Senegalese person is saying. That was a clear cut penalty. Yes, we all know they shouldn't have disallowed the goal Senegal scored. Yes, we all know that, but it happens in football. It happens. We see it all the time in football. We see it all the time in football, but we just have to call a spade a spade. So that is my own take on what happened. And as for the whole wanting to fight every time, a game comes to an end, I don't know. I've never thought of Moroccans to be like people who like instigating and always want to be violent or rude or anything. I'm not shout out to Morocco, man. I'm not talking down on any Moroccan. I'm just saying, like, why are you guys always in the tournament? It was clear that you people felt the Nations Cup should come to you, which is only normal. A lot of country wants the Nation Cup to come to them. Nigeria wanted it, Senegal wanted it, but they wanted it more. And you can see from that final, that goal from Gay, spectacular. Like everybody went berserk. Everybody went crazy. Like everybody went crazy. And I'm not even talking about everybody in Senegal. Senegalese people might think, yeah, we were so happy. If you were in Nigeria, bro, my Senegalese, if you guys were in Nigeria, bro, it was almost like Nigeria was the one playing Morocco in the final. Like that was how excited everybody was when that goal went in, because we always saw it like the officiating was very, very unfair, so that stain has already been there, especially the game they had against the Super Eagles. That stain was already there, so there was always this there was always this anger, from Nigerian people about the whole thing, because it's crazy. You don't just do a bad officiating game that makes a country lose their chances of winning an Afcon, and then you come to the final and you're doing another bad officiating. Like, where do they train these referees? That's another thing. Like, where do they train these referees? It's a lot of questions that comes with it. But congratulations to the Afcon champions, Senegal. Man, I have to give it to them, man. I have to give it to them. The man of the moment, the player of the tournament, Sadio Mane himself, bro. Man, what a player! What a what an inspiration, it's crazy. Like, even when the whole team lost the whole courage, they fell down, they felt defeated, like they gave up practically. They gave up because of the decision, they gave up. And Mane was, he was like the pillar holding everything. Like, he was telling them to come out from the dressing room. They should finish the match like men. Much respect to him. Much respect to him. It puts him in a higher level of respect that I have for him. Yeah, I think he has always been like that. Like, if you know Mane, you know Mane. He has always been like that. You know, his love for his country is something everybody wants to see. That patriotism, that do or die. So shout out to Sadio Mane. Shout out to the whole Senegalese team. Shout out to Morocco. Shout out to CAF for giving us one of the one of the best Afcon tournaments we've seen in a while. You know, um, but Moroccans, honestly, you people need to do better. But you people need to do better. I'm talking about the fans now. I'm talking about the fans. I'm not talking about officiating. I'm talking about the fans. It's never okay to taunt the goalkeeper. All those throwing, and I'm not going to say I'm saying it just for the Afcon. In any tournament, be the Champions League, the Premier League, Syria, League One, whatever it is, fans need to do better. You need to stop throwing things at players. You need to stop throwing things at players. Yes, passion for the game, love for the game comes into play a lot of times, and it's normal to get carried away. But does that take away your sense of reasoning? What are you I'm sure most of you might have your kids there. What are you teaching them to do? Are you telling them it's okay to throw things on players that could injure them? Because most of you go as far as throwing bottles. In the case of Wabali, someone threw a banana at him. Man, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's all shades of crazy, bro. Why of all things, I'll prefer you throw you throw a brick at me, but banana, come on, man. Come on, man. You guys need to do better, bro. You guys hosted a great tournament for your fans. Nah, that was a bad look. Morocco, if you guys don't know, as a country, I'm saying that's a bad look. Your fans need to do better. You guys need to do better at all times. And fans need to understand that these people are human beings, bro. They are human beings just like you and I. They have two legs, one head. I mean, they can only do so much their body allows them to do. Yes, they are professional footballers, they train. But do you know how strenuous that is? I mean, if you're a fan, you should understand that the trainings are also very difficult, because they have to train every time. So if you were in their shoes and you're training every time, I'm sure you will do mistakes most times. So why are you they are not robots. You can't expect them to do the unthinkable. They can only do as much as they can. Fans need to understand that you don't say racial words, rain abuses, throw objects at players. They are not robots, bro. They are not robots. It goes down to the referee as well. They make mistake. We all make mistakes. We are human. We are human beings. We all make mistakes. So the fans all over the world, not just Moroccans, all over the world, I'm a fan as well. We need to do better. Yes, we need to do better. But I don't think I'm that type of fan that would, throw things on players now. But will I get angry if I'm noticing bad officiating? Yeah. But I wouldn't say it would make me throw stuff at players or call them racial slurs or But that being said, the Afcon was a massive success. The best team won. I mean Morocco actually played well, especially in the second half. They did outstandingly well. But the better team won. I mean, we call it God of football. You just have to be there. You just have to watch it to notice it. It can happen. It can always happen. Like, you might watch a game, a particular team is being nailed with, you know, series of bad officiating from the ref, and then in that same game they go ahead to win. You might watch a game where a team has two red cards and they go ahead to win. So it happens. It happens in football. So the Afcon was a great success. Shout out to Morocco. Um, hopefully the Afcon that are coming, will be better. At least you guys owe us that. You guys, CAF, you guys owe us that. Better officiating next time. Bet we need qualified people to officiate the game. You don't just bring someone who makes series of mistakes, because once those series of mistakes look like it's happening repeatedly, it brings another level of anger and misunderstanding. So I hope the subsequent Afcon tournaments will be better. Definitely I think it will be better, because now it's more like the world is more involved. It's not just an Afcon for Africans. The world is more involved. Everybody's tapped in. Everybody's reacting online. Yeah. So I just had to come on and drop my 2 cents about the whole issue that happened. And also give my congratulations to Senegal. Um, that's just it. That's just it. That's just it. The better team won. So congrats to them once again. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to also put on your notification sign so you get the update whenever I'm live, whenever I'm streaming. And I just want to say big thank you to my subscribers. Yeah, we are heading there. We're going up. We're going up. So I'm actually proud. I have to start from somewhere. So it's been an amazing journey for everyone that has been supporting me online, everyone that has been supporting me offline as well. I'm very grateful. I'll be dropping more content subsequently. But for now, I remain your one and only Mr. Natty Dread himself. Thank you guys for tapping in. Natty Dread reaction. And with that being said, is peace. Have a lovely day.